Hello again, or hello for the first time. My name is Megan, and welcome to my channel. As you can see in the title, today I'm going to be talking about a very big event that's happening in my life. I am getting dentures. I am 40 years old, and I've had bad teeth my whole life. I've wanted to do YouTube forever, and every time I go to record, I go to editing, and I see my teeth, and I hate that. And I just delete the entire video, I scrap it, I'm just like, no, I can't do this. And then a couple months pass, and I'm like, I really want to do YouTube. And so I'm like, I'm just gonna do it, post, get done, happy. And then I edit it, and I see my teeth, and the same thing happens. So I have been saving for a while, and I'm in a position now where I can get dentures. And that is happening on the 17th of September. Today, as I'm recording this, is the 11th. So I have about a week to prepare for everything I need to do. So let me start back a few months ago when I started this process. Because I've seen other people do videos, and it's normally after they've already had the procedure done, they have their teeth removed, they have the dentures in, and then they start talking about it. And I want to start talking about my experience from the start. So, in July, I believe it was, I started calling around to get estimates on how much it would cost to get dentures from denturists around my area. And most of them were very cagey and private about even saying how much a set of dentures cost. And I'm just getting the top set done. I'm not worried about the bottom right now. Bottom I can deal with later. But they were not willing to talk to me about how much it would cost. They would say, oh, you have to come in. Which, I mean, I'm fine. I understand you have to, go through all the steps. But okay, well, just so we have an idea. And it's like, no, we can't do that over the phone. You have to come in. And I'm like, okay, well, how much is a consultation? And most of the time they would be like $150, $200. You don't even know if you're going to go with them because they won't let you know how much it costs. You have to put this money down before they will tell you a ballpark. Like, we weren't even looking for exact. I wasn't looking for exact amount. I was looking for, is this going to be $1,000? Is this going to be $5,000? How much is this going to cost? And then we ended up calling the dentist I actually did end up going with, and we're like, okay, well, how much ballpark are the dentures? And they told me the price right then. And it was like, oh, okay. It's like, well, we would like to, I'd like to go in for a consultation. And they're like, okay, consultations are free. We can get you in tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, okay. I guess I'm going in tomorrow for a free consultation to talk to them. When I get to the denturist, it's very lovely, very compassionate. They understand my situation without me saying anything. They're like, sometimes people just don't take care of their teeth when they're younger. Sometimes it's bad genetics. Sometimes it could be an accident. There's no reason to judge for what has happened. You're in the state you're in now. You cannot live with this any further. That's okay. So then I went in and talked to the dentist, and we talked about the different plan. And he was like, yep, as long as we can get a dentist, I'm saying this in particular because a denturist and a dentist are two different things. So, like, as long as you have a dentist who is, willing to sign off saying, yes, you can help remove the teeth, and the dentist is willing to remove the teeth for you, then he's more than willing to make the dentures and all that. So then I was able to ask him, how does the process go? And he's like, well, you're doing the right step. So before you have your teeth removed, if possible, they suggest you go see someone about getting the dentures made. so they can see how your teeth are currently positioning, the current position of your teeth, so that they can make the dentures fit you best. Because if your teeth, like, if you have an overbite and suddenly they make, a dentures that doesn't have an overbite, when you get them, your face can look very different. So we went through all that, and we decided with, his advice that we were going to get transitional dentures first, and then get my other dentures afterwards. So this means I'm going to get the teeth removed, and I'm going to get a set of dentures put in right away. And then after 6 to 8 months, I'm going to come back. They're going to make me another set of dentures that are going to fit better. Because when you get your teeth removed, your then gums have to shrink, and that can change everything. So I'm like, yep, this sounds like a great plan. Get the pricing, because now I'm getting not just one set of dentures, but I'm getting 2. And, he breaks down the pricing. Okay, not a problem. He's like, now the only thing you need to figure out is finding a dentist who will get the teeth removed. He had a suggestion of someone who's really compassionate. I've seen that dentist previously. So he was like, yep, they're great there. We work with them all the time. Awesome, great. So then I go make the appointment with the dentist. Takes a few days before I get in there. I, go for an evaluation. This one we had to pay for, but that's okay. I was willing to do that. And found out how much it's going to cost to get my teeth removed. And if they were even willing to do it. Because if the dentist isn't willing, the whole plan's scrapped. And they said, yep, no problem. They took some x-rays. Like, yeah, we definitely see that it is the best case scenario for your oral health is to get the top teeth removed. The bottom teeth we can save. We can do some work on them. But let's focus on what's most important, and that is the removal of the top teeth. I'm like, okay, well, how much is it going to be? They gave me a quote. Now, I'm not being cagey with numbers. It's just numbers change depends on where you live. I live in Canada, so pricing's going to be different. And it can be different from dentist to dentist. So anyhow, that's why I'm not mentioning prices. But the price to get the teeth removed was more than the price of the dentures. Both sets combined. So I'm like, okay, definitely need to work on the budget. Like, yep, no problem. We understand. It's a lot of money. I do have insurance with my work, but I had some dental work done earlier this year, and then having to get more dental work. And I'm like, I don't want to have to wait for my insurance to switch over. I want to get this done. I'd rather just spend the money. And then we can focus on when my benefits reset into getting my bottom teeth fixed up at that time. It's like, yep, this sounds great, no problem. So we, call them back. I say we because my husband helps me with this. So I call them back, book the appointment, and then I just had a few other, appointments with the denturist because I had to go there, pick the color of my teeth, which was really weird to do at the same time. It's weird to talk about. I had to pick the color of my teeth. Because I don't want like Hollywood white, because that just doesn't look real. And I want these to look real for me. I want them to look like they would suit me. So they took the impressions, which is just pretty much biting down onto this tray that has like this goop in it. And then it dries down. They then get the impression, you're good to go. And then from there, they make the dentures off of that. So now I am a week away from my actual dental surgery date when they're going to remove my top teeth. And I gotta tell you, it's kind of scary. It's the concept of having all of your teeth removed. Yes, I'm keeping the bottom, but still all the top teeth are going to be removed. And that is scary. As much as they're going to say, oh no, it's not that scary, it's fine. You're allowed to be scared. It's okay. I'm scared. So now I am a week away. I have to make sure everything is arranged ahead of time. My work knows what's going on. They know I'm going to be needing some time off. They're wonderful about it. and they're giving me the time that I need. I have not hidden this from anyone because I don't feel ashamed. Some people will feel ashamed that they have to get dentures, especially at a younger age. But in my opinion, it's just going to benefit my life. And it's not going to be hidden. Everyone's going to see it. So why should I hide it? So I'm not going to hide it. I haven't this entire time. I've let people know. My coworkers are all excited for me. So it's a good thing. But that doesn't mean I'm not nervous about the procedure. It doesn't mean I'm not nervous about the day after when all the pain meds have faded from my system and I feel pain. And it's not going to stop me from being nervous of relearning how to do things. Because when you get the top dentures, it covers the plate in your mouth as well, which you use more often than you think. You use it because you are, eating, talking. All these things base off of the top of your mouth. And if you can't feel it because you have this plate over top of it, you're going to have to relearn. And that's going to be a struggle. So, another thing is after you cannot take just any transportation home, you have to have someone drive you home. And they don't even like it if you take an Uber or a taxi, cab, something like that. They don't like that. They want someone who knows you to drive you home. And they will not let you leave unless you have someone with you and a drive. I am very grateful that my best friend has volunteered to drive me to and from on the day of. And I'm always going to be grateful for her for that. She's an amazing person. So she's going to help me with that next week. I'm going to need to do some meal prepping because, again, I'm not going to be able to eat very well, so I want to prep food that I could eat. So things like mashed potatoes, obviously, is a big one. Mashed butternut squash is going to be another really good one with lots of nutrients in it. So I'm going to be doing that this weekend. All doing the prep for everything. Another thing I'm going to be doing is actually straightening my hair. Because as much as I love the green poofy mass I have, it tangles. So I'm going to straighten my hair the night before because it's going to take a while. And that way I just touch it up the morning of. And that way I'm hoping it prevents my hair from tangling too much while I am out of it for the rest of the day and into the next day. This is going to be taking up a lot of my attention for the next little while. It's not going to be everything I'm going to have on this channel though. I am 40, I've wanted to do YouTube forever, as I said earlier. So I'm just starting with this. Being an elder millennial, I grew up with a lot of, the toxicity with it. And I am fighting it. I have a 20-year-old daughter, and I don't want her to follow down the same traps I did. Best way to teach is to do so by showing. So I'm going to show her that it's okay. You don't have to always be like everyone else. You can be unique, you can be individual. I mean, obviously, my hair is green. Obviously, I stand out. But I also want to teach her that she's perfect as she is. She doesn't need to hide that. I had to hide it. I hated it. I don't hide it anymore. And it's very freeing. I love clothes. I love fashion. Do I follow the popular trends? No, I follow my own trends. I follow what I like and what I want. Do I care what other people say. Yes, but I'm working on it so that I don't. I'm not doing this for anyone besides myself. I'm doing this for me. From the dentures to the colorful hair, the clothes I wear. I'm starting to move my body more, which has been a big struggle, as I want to say it's going on 8 years since I got injured and have been in and out of using different types of mobility aids. Around my house, I don't need my mobility aids. The ground is flat. We have furniture set up so if I start to stumble, I can grab something. Outside the house, I need my rollator, I need my cane. Sometimes I even need my wheelchair. And I don't want to be embarrassed by the fact that I use these mobility aids. I'm going to use them because they're aids, they're to help me. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to show my daughter how to live her life. I'm going to do so by example. I'm going to do so by living. Bringing her along when I can get her to come out. Because I mean, like, come on. She's a 20-year-old. How many teenagers want to hang with their moms? But I want to get back into shape. I want to eat better, eat healthier. I want to take care of myself. My physical health, my mental health, my dental health, obviously. It's gonna be a journey. It's definitely gonna be a journey. Alright. I've been rambling. If you want to follow along on the journey, you can subscribe down below. But, as I said, this is for me. If I can help someone else, that's awesome. But this is for me mostly. Alright, I need to edit this so I can upload it, because I don't want this sitting on my camera roll forever. I need to push past. Yes, I'm gonna hate my teeth when I'm editing this. But I'm a week away from new teeth. So I'm going to take you on with me for my life. My job where I sit here, actually my work computer is like right here. So my job where I sit here and I work, I have all the reasons not to leave the house. But I force myself to. Because that's what's best. That's what's healthy. Anyhow, I need to upload this. So I will see you next time, and we will see what I get up to. Who knows what my next video will be, but I want to try and at least upload once a week. I don't know what my schedule's going to look like yet. I don't know how it's going to turn out. But we'll see. Alright, bye for now.